Oh my goodness. Oh, am I live? I am live. Okay, here we are. I'm a little bit late today. Sorry. Had to get set up. And I wanted to talk today about a couple of things, but stick campaigns. You know, when you think about it, guys, when you go out and sign the deal at the house, there's three steps to the deal, right? There's opening call, there's closing call, and then there's the deal meeting. So the opening call, you're making that first connection, gathering the information. The closing call, you're doing your best to work out the four deal points: purchase price, monthly payment, length of term, and down payment. Those four terms. If you work those terms out, then you're going over to the house and you're doing the deal meeting. So at the deal meeting, you're getting the paperwork signed, you're doing a house tour, building rapport and credibility, doing a house tour, then you're sitting down at a table and closing that deal. Now, even when they sign that contract, when they sign the standard purchase and sale agreement, is that a done deal? It's not quite a done deal yet, because this is a house we're talking about. If this was a car, if you were going over to buy somebody's car, you could just give them the money, they'd hand you the pink slip, and you drive away. So it'd be a done deal. It would be a done deal on that one meeting. But because it's a house, there's more steps involved. You actually have to run a title report, even though you have an agreement to buy the house, and even though it looks all binding and money has changed hands and all that. Let's face it, if they really wanted to, they could still get out of it. They could just not show up for the attorney closing or the title company closing. And so if they don't show up, there's not a lot you can do. You know, I mean, you're not going to be able to get in front of a judge and force them to sell their house to you. It's not going to work that way, especially if you're doing some kind of creative financing deal. That would be called specific performance. And yes, I actually put something in the agreement that says, you know, if they back out, that we can sue them for specific performance, whatever. But it's just, you know, I mean, that's mostly just to keep them from canceling in the first place. If they actually decide, I don't want to do this, or they get a better offer or something, that's, you know, they could walk away from your deal. Now, that's almost never happened to us because of certain things that we do. And I call it our stick campaign. So I write these things down so we don't forget any of these things. But this is your stick campaign. You see the doggies today? They're so cute. Yes, good babies. So in your stick campaign, what you want to do, let me write these down. This is a good list. It's a list of several different items that I want you to do through the course of the deal, but especially at the deal meeting, to make sure that this is going to stick. The deal is going to stick. Okay. Like I said, this is called a stick campaign. And, you know, if you don't do any stick campaign, there's a chance that they could, you know, back out of the deal. So here's what I want you guys to do. Number one, when you're buying their house, you use what I call, number one, right, assumptive language and posture. So that's your negotiating posture and your language. You're assuming you're buying the house, and you say, this is great. We're buying your house. You're selling your house to us today. This is awesome. All your language and everything is not like leaving this open. You're assuming that the deal's going forward and everything's going to work out fine. Okay, so you're taking an assumptive position, and that's why I love assumptive closes. You know, that's what you want to do, is an assumptive close. So that's the first thing: assumptive language and posture, like this deal's going through, like you're a freight train heading for the station, and that, you know, that's the done deal. Number two, when they sign the agreement, I want you to shake their hand with a big smile and say, congratulations. Congratulations. Just that act of shaking hands with somebody and them telling you, congratulations, you sold your house. Okay, I want you to say that. So congratulations. Guys, calm down. Calm down. So congratulations. So you say, congratulations, you sold your house. So that's the second part of the stick campaign. And then the third part is, I want you to get them to turn their Zillow and Nextdoor listings over to you. Okay, that's important, because if they leave that Zillow listing in their name, and they have the Zillow listing in their name for the next week until they get in to sign at the title company, somebody could still call them. Somebody could still, you know, contact them and make them an offer and potentially interfere with your deal. So that's why at the deal meeting, and this wasn't the case 10 years ago, this is a more recent development since Zillow and Nextdoor got more popular, that I want you guys to actually have them turn over their Zillow listing. So they have to click sold and they have to click release the listing. Okay. And so that's when you go in there and take over the listing. So you go in there and do what they call claim the listing. Make sure before you claim the listing, you copy any pictures off of that listing. So when you take over the Zillow and Nextdoor, a lot of people, that is in their mind, that moment where the house is sold. It clicks in their brain, okay, the house is sold. Okay, so that's an important part of it. Then the next thing I want you to bring, and this is, sometimes I don't talk about this as part of the seller packet, but this is an important part. This should be in all your seller packets along with the purchase and sale agreement, should be a seller congratulations letter. Okay, and this says, congratulations, you've sold your house to, and it has your name of your company in there. See, what are they left with? If you go and buy their house and sign the agreement, you're bringing the agreement. They can take pictures of the agreement, but you're not leaving a copy of the agreement behind. So other than some pictures on their phone, what signifies that they sold their house? What tangible item? So that's why I want them to have a tangible item. I want them to have the seller congratulations letter. And this is a special form that I created, and it's in your what to say and what to do forms folder. So go in there and print that off today. Look at it, and anytime you're heading out to a deal meeting, print that up. And if the deal goes well and they sign the agreement, give them that seller congratulations letter. That's a really good stick campaign. It sort of explains how the deal's going to go. Soon you'll be going in to sign the final paperwork, and then it talks about, and then you'll be turning over your garage, door, your keys, and your garage door opener, and all that stuff. So it's really assumptive, like this is a done deal. Okay, so don't forget that. That's one of the best forms I ever came up with that you guys can use for this stick campaign. Then I want you to give them a promotional item. And this is up to you, but we like to do gift baskets. So, have a bunch of gift baskets. There's a place called gourmetgiftbaskets.com. And for under $50, it's actually exactly $50. You can buy this. It's a gift basket shaped like a house. And it's gourmet gift baskets. And there's some sweet, like Suzy Q's and cookies and stuff in there. So it's good. So that's, give them something like that. And how much more do you think? It only costs you $50, but if it guaranteed that they're not going to cancel that deal because they think, oh, wow, how nice is this? Now, that's not your only motive is not to help stick the deal. Also, your motive is to get referrals. So always when you give out a gift basket, have a little referral card there that says, anybody thinking of selling or buying a house, please list here. And give them, remember, give them $1,000 if they send you somebody that you actually do a deal with. Anybody who ever sends you a deal, give them $1,000 because you made a lot more than that and you want them to send you more deals. Now, the last thing I'm going to say about the stick campaign that's very helpful is have a quick closing. Don't have it be 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later that they get into the title company and sign the final paperwork. Have it be hopefully within that week. So if you go out there on a weekend and you sign the deal on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, the title report gets requested on Monday, and hopefully it's back on Thursday or Friday, and then they're in there signing the final paperwork that week. So a quicker, final closing appointment, the better. So all those things really work in your favor for a stick campaign. And, that's kind of some details. So I hope you guys took notes. That's kind of like a list that we have that we make sure that we follow whenever we buy a house. So good morning, Tony. Oh, yeah. Okay. Guys, now listen, we have got some really cool things coming up. And remember, our event is in 1 week from tomorrow. So on Friday, next Friday, you're going to be at the Taking Action virtual workshop and really having a great time with us and learning everything you need to know. Morning, Charles. Good to see you. Hey, Caleb. Oh, yeah. Don't forget this seller congratulations letter. See, you guys don't even know it's in there. And so that's why sometimes I got to remind you, go in that forms packet. I mean, just go in the forms folder in your what to say and what to do system and just look at all those forms. There is so much powerful, work in there, like this seller congratulations letter that you didn't even know about, that can really help you with your business. So you'd always be using that. Morning, David. Great to see you. Oh yeah, okay. Giving me some sympathy for the D-backs. Yes, we actually went to the first World Series game, my son and I, and it was awesome. It was fun. It was quite an experience. It was a mob scene, and so we had a great time, even though we didn't win. But nobody expected the D-backs to make it that far. I mean, they were amazing this year, and they're a young team, and so I'm looking forward to next year. Thank you, David, for giving me some sympathy about that because it was a little sad that they didn't win. But yes, $1,000 referrals. Great. That's awesome. Great motivators and made you a lot of money. That's great, Charles. So you guys are using these techniques. That's the only thing, when I do these Brunch with Brian's, I'm giving you guys the best techniques to execute this business. I just want to make sure that you're out there employing them and getting deals done. So anything, that's what we're really going to focus on next week. Again, this is a week from tomorrow, Friday, and it's going to start at 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time. It's going to be an amazing event, and we're going to go through a lot of what's happening in the market right now. Also, developing a realtor network in certain cities. Now, some cities it doesn't work, and I'll go through where I want you to target and how I want you to do this. If you find realtors in a city that's at a distance, a lot of times they can help you with the whole deal, and you don't need boots on the ground separate from them. So that's something that I want you guys to be aware of too. And we're going to talk about doing deals at a distance for sure. All right, so I can't wait for that event. Just 8 days away. So make sure you're signed up at homeinvestingacademy.com, homeinvestingacademy.com, and it's just $1. We just want to make sure we know who's coming and we have your space held for you. It's going to be pretty full, and we're trying to do a Zoom call, so we're going to try to probably restrict it a little bit because otherwise we won't be able to see everybody. So yes, it's going to be really great, and we're going to have Q&A and everything. So make sure you're there. So what's our affirmation for today? Is let's make it stick. I make let's okay. I make it stick. Okay, let's do that. I make it stick. So when you do a deal, you make it stick. So we always say our affirmations 3 times on 3. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. I make it stick. I make it stick. I make it stick. Yeah, especially guys, when you get a signed agreement, man, that's heartbreaking if they cancel on you after the fact. So that's really important. One more other little tip I'm going to give you. I'm going to give out you guys, everybody who comes to the Taking Action workshop next week, I'm going to give you a free form. And this is actually a report. It's a report on finding an attorney. And listen, part of this stick campaign is finding the right title company or attorney who's going to close the deal and not mess up the deal. So there's actually a letter that you can send to your attorney that's in there, and it says the 12 guidelines for closing our deals. And it's like it's from you to your attorney, and you can just send it to your attorney, and it's just some basic things that will help to make sure they don't make a mistake, basically, and don't mess up the closing. And every single one of these is ways that attorneys have messed up closings for us or our students. So really a great report. So come to the event and we'll get you that free report on finding an attorney. It's also got a letter to send attorneys, and it's got a script for calling attorneys, and it's got this guidelines for your attorney once you find a good one. So some great information there. All right, let's do our deep breathing. Nice deep breath in. Big smile and exhale. Let it out. Relax your shoulders and your neck. Another deep breath. I'm usually standing up, so it's a little bit different. Let it go on. One more deep breath in. Good job. All right. Great job, everybody. And I will see you tomorrow morning at the same time on Brunch with Brian. And then I'll see you a week from tomorrow at our amazing Taking Action Workshop event. Until then, keep expecting success. Like I always say, that's my motto. Keep getting the best training from the Wolf Couple, and